Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and my name is Katie and we're going to be talking books because of course this is BookTube. It is a gorgeous day outside. Oh my goodness, for once the sun is shining, it's my day off, I've got to be outside in it. It was so nice. Today I will be bringing you my April reading wrap up and I will be bringing you my May TBRs. I feel like I read this book like years ago. This is so strange. I was like thinking back, okay, so what did I read in April? And I was like, did I read The Hobbit? Or was that the previous? Literally, this feels like I read this so long ago. I gave this book 4 stars out of 5, namely because if you include spiders, you're losing a star because you just shouldn't put me through that. As I said previously in my 2018 TBRs, I have wanted to read The Hobbit for a while, Lord of the Rings, all of it, but I'm not like the smartest of people. I struggle with words and basically the flow of prose and sentences, and I was kind of worried, how this would be written, whether it would be accessible for me to read, would it make sense to me, would I struggle with it? And after rereading Harry Potter, I thought, you know what, now is the time to do this. And I'm really proud of myself. I thought it would take me about 2 weeks to read because it is quite lengthy, and I kind of thought, 2 weeks would probably be like a really good time frame. And I was worried it was going to take me the best part of a month because I was just worried that I wouldn't be able to connect with it. I was so wrong. I have so been proved wrong. I really, really enjoyed this book. The fact of having seen the film actually kind of made this book even more magical because I could picture Martin Freeman as Bilbo Baggins so perfectly. It is ridiculous. All of it actually just gave it an extra magical sense. I don't know if you feel the same, if you've watched something first and then read something, I don't know. But for me, I felt like it just really worked. This version is just so stunning. The cover is gorgeous. It's got some really nice illustrations throughout the book as well. You've got some gorgeous maps at the beginning and at the end, and then also throughout the book dotted around you've got lots of, here we go, that one, just lots of just random illustrations. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book and I'm really proud of myself for kind of finally just being brave enough to think, you know what, I'm gonna do this. So the next book I finished in April was Traitor to the Throne. Oh my goodness, I gave this book 5 stars out of 5. I actually don't even remember doing that. I actually thought I gave it 4.5, but thinking about it, I think that was Rebel of the Sands. Yes, I gave this one 5.5 for reasons I explained in my actual review of this book, was because it was missing a lot of the elements that I felt Rebel of the Sands was missing. I found were in this book, which had me kind of like, I'm really just kind of gasping, and so many different things were happening and I was just like, oh my goodness, and it was just really, really good. I won't go too much into sort of explaining this book because I have put up a review of it, but Owen Hamilton is just amazing. She's really knocked it out of the park. As I actually said in my review, the growth and development of the characters and also of this kingdom with its mythology, with things like genies and jinns and the Dempsey children and where all of it comes from and the first beings, and just in general their magic history is just so on another level. It really just goes that extra mile. There's just so much more. There are more stories that Armani would have grown up with, more of those filter in. It's absolutely just brilliant. In this book, Armani finds herself literally in the heart of the lion's den. She's in the harem, in the Sultan's palace, and I just thought that plot was such a game changer because it could have just been left, becoming part of the rebellion, being part of that, being part of the heart of that, and trying to take down the Sultan from the outside. So I thought it was a real game changer, and I think it just really kind of threw a curveball. I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. My final read was the 2nd volume in the Wizard of Oz collection. So this is the next 3 stories by L. Frank Baum, which is Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, The Road to Oz, and The Emerald City of Oz. I have actually nearly finished this last night on my way home. I got to the end of The Road to Oz. I've only got one more story left, so I will finish that off probably by midweek next week. I'm working 7 days straight next week from this Sunday, so from tomorrow actually. So yeah, I reckon I'll probably get this done by Wednesday because they're probably averaging about 200 pages, I think, just under per story. It's just quite a nice, easy, I like picking these when I'm not sure what to read, and sometimes when I've read something that's quite, The Hobbit was quite dense and quite hard going. It's nice to just actually be able to read something that's just quite easy, quite simple. If any of you who are watching have children or younger brothers and sisters, this is a really nice book to kind of bond with them because there are so many different characters. He's always introduced introducing new and different ones. He doesn't just stick to the same old ones. Yes, the originals do come back, but there are lots of just new ones. Some of the stories are just plain weird. It's a bit like when you like read original fairy tales, just like, what? Like talking sausages and weird stuff. Not that there's a talking sausage in this, but there is a gingerbread man. But I do think like this is just a great and easy, simple read, and it's quite nice to sort of read a classic and sort of have like a sort of nostalgia vibe to it. So going into my May TBRs, like I said, I will be finishing this off. I am meant to be going away. I've got a week off work and next weekend I'm off as well. So it's quite hard to kind of pick what to read really, because obviously being away for a week I don't really know what I will be doing when that's sort of like up in the air at the moment. So obviously I won't be getting a lot of reading done. I don't really know what's going to happen, so I've only picked 2 additional books. So obviously my first book choice has to be Hero at the Fall. Like obviously it has to be, you know, the final battle, the final installment. I've loved this trilogy. I can't wait to get into this. I'm really excited to just finish that book, that Wizard of Oz one, so I can finally get to this book. You know, it kind of feels like almost, you know, it's going to be the rebels picking up the pieces and kind of going for one last push. It's one of these books that I really can't see where it's going to go and what direction it could be taken in, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. So my final book I picked, again, this was like a kind of I need something because I don't really know how much reading I'm going to get done. I picked The Ring and the Crown by Melissa de Cruz. I really love her as an author. She's really great. I was really disappointed when I found out that there wouldn't be a sequel to this. Originally there was a sequel, but then for some reason, that and another book, there were like a couple of other books that were meant to get sequels but couldn't be delivered in the time frame or didn't turn out how she wanted, but she did make the first draft available on her website. I now think the second one has been made into an actual book. It's really pretty, it's purple and it looks gorgeous. It's called The Lily and the Cross, I think, or The Lily and the something, which I think is a different name for what it originally had. And again, like, it is just like a first draft publication. I'm not sure I'm gonna read it, only after reading what she said about the book. She had originally said that this was kind of meant to be a standalone, so a lot of things kind of do get tied up, but then she decided to make a sequel, and that one ends on a cliffhanger, I'm guessing, for a third book. So I kind of thought, do I want to get really invested, read this next bit and go, oh my god, seriously? So I think I'm going to stick with it as a standalone. This is why I need to invest in more standalones. This is exactly why I need to invest in more standalones, because it's times like this when I'm not sure what I want to read, or I get to an end of a month and I think, what do I want to read? Oh, I don't have enough standalones. Please, can people start recommending me something, because I'm so struggling. But yeah, this just like seems like that kind of like usual like fantasy sort of thing with like magic and empires and princesses. I don't know, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I've had it for quite a while, I just have never gotten around to reading it, which is just so typical for me. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I would love to know what you guys are reading as well. If you can give me any recommendations. Like I say, I'm in so dire need of standalones. I think I just find it quite hard. I always end up getting like sucked into like a series just because I don't know what it is, but obviously the genre that I like to read, you know, young adult and, you know, sci-fi fantasy and all that stuff just obviously suits better as a series, and I love a series, because sometimes you read a standalone and then you're like, oh no, like, I don't want it to end. Which do you prefer, series or standalones? Because yeah, I feel like it's kind of a very like series dominated world, I think. Sometimes I think standalones don't get a look in, or they intend to be standalones and then they become a series. But yes, give me some recommendations please, because I got nothing here. Don't forget, if you want to follow me on social media, all my links are below, and I will also be including links to my book reviews. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.